Isso, Malaguedo. I saw a picture one time of a paper, cardboard, brown, whatever, bendy straw from a juice box, but it was wrapped in plastic. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 90.
I am a neuropsychologist, a PhD, but don't let that scare you. I don't bite. Maybe just a little nibbles around the ear, never hurt anybody. I work with children with attention deficit disorders. It is not a disorder that you can't work with. There's nothing wrong with these kids. I'm Dr. David Stein, but my friends call me Bruce. I tried to swim in high school once. My coach yelled at me and said, Bruce, because he didn't know my name, that's where Bruce came from. You look like a majestic sea animal. And I started shaving all my hair. I am slippery when wet, ladies. I will do to you what you want those men with six packs to do to you, but I will try harder. The type of woman I'm looking for: passionate, tall, beautiful, dark eyes, owns the room when she walks in with her hips. Well, do I believe in God? I was raised Jewish. I would love to experience Christmas. It looks so much fun. I would love to jump in there and have a Christmas tree and get presents that one morning and have pancakes and bacon. What people get wrong about me when they meet me is they think I'm pompous or conceited, but there's nothing wrong with being competent. I'm not the kid in 8th grade anymore. I'm a man and I drive an Audi.
Wow. Okay, so let's just state the obvious. I don't know if it's just me. I mean, I grew up a kid, like for the 80s and 90s. For the most part, like before Bruce Willis, if a guy was named Bruce, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying. And like, he said his name is not really Bruce, but when his swimming coach talked to him as a kid, he called him Bruce, and he just let it go. And he also seems to be in denial of his sexual orientation the whole. I mean, he like it. It seems like he's maybe okay with being Jewish, but not really, and like he really wants a BLT and slippery when wet nibbles. Jesus Christ! The point is, ladies and gentlemen, not much has changed since the VHS dates. My God. Look, it's just as bad as ever out there. Okay, I'm on episode 90 now. And, for my 3 fans out there who have been with me since the beginning of time, thank you. Really, thank you. It just, it's very bad. It's there's no easy way to say it. It is just very, very bad. I'll tell you what's not bad. Subscribing to my channel at the Malaka Podcast 416 on YouTube. Also if you still enjoy things that are the whole slippery thing. I mean, Jesus, like what the look. I guarantee you after that burp, I'm still going to do better than that guy. At TikTok, go on there. Got lots of shit there. At the Malaka Podcast 647. Until they throw me off for the 3rd time. Because TikTok, I don't know. They seem to be very... I don't know. Like they'll let people tape shit in theaters, post it, no problem. I don't know. Like I put something from I don't know, like 1980, I don't know, they fucking flip out. So, but yeah, just look up the Malaka podcast there. And of course, you go on YouTube if you're a fan of Chuck Norris, as we all are. Okay? You put in at the Chuck Norris channel and you'll be happy. As for me, ladies and gentlemen, with the whole online dating thing, for the most part, I'm also not happy. I'm not ready to shave all my hair like this guy. I'm Greek and Italian. That would take way too long. But actually, it's not that bad. It's just I don't know. There's days where I can barely see my back. But the point is, no Greek jokes, please. The point is, I just feel, it's not good out there. Like, I'll give you an example. So, my last podcast I did, as brilliant as that was, I made a point talking about this one woman who, seemed very angry and drunk and high when I first talked to her. And, she's one of these women that, I don't know, maybe she's in her 30s, 40s, but, sounds like, I don't know, she could be, a neighbor to one of the Golden Girls, it's, I don't know, I think she's lived too much of a life, but not in a good way. And, I decided to, call her because, she was just pissing me off, and I'm just, I'm just trying to get her off the scent. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you want to piss someone off, just so they leave you alone. Ladies, I know you've done that. Don't bullshit me, okay? I guarantee. I mean, guys, we do that too. Don't get me wrong. I guess we all do it. Because it gets to a point where someone just annoys the fuck out of you, and you're just like, okay, so how do I make this person, really hate me? So I just did that, and I left a stupid message, and then she texts me back, saying, "Oh, I know it's you. I'll call the cops on you." And and as soon as she said that, I was like, "Well, it's Toronto, so I mean, you'll be lucky if they're, I don't know, here at Christmas." But sorry, I was editing a video there. It popped up. I could edit that part out, but I don't know. Sometimes I want to hear how my voice sounds, because feedback purposes, of course, and it just it sounds stupid. Sometimes you put an error in your video, and sometimes it's the most entertaining part of the video. But the point is, yeah, they don't give a shit about her, but it's one of those things where you can tell this woman is clearly being damaged by an ex, and maybe probably that's why she's drinking herself to death and whatever. But holy shit, I mean, my God, cunt, please fuck off. That's all I'm gonna say. To the many stepfathers she has, please just leave me alone. I tell her that from me, if you don't mind. I don't know, to the uncle that gave her a funny look at Thanksgiving, which could mean something else. Please tell her, just leave me alone. Okay, that's it. You have many, many problems, and please just, I can't stress this enough. Fuck off. Okay? But sometimes they just don't get the message. Some people I've learned in life, they just love to fight. For no reason whatsoever. I don't know why. I mean, I consider myself a pretty chill guy. I mean, I don't attack somebody unless they attack me because, I don't know, quite frankly, I don't really give a shit. I don't. I'm in my soon-to-be mid-40s, and like I said, I'm on show, 90 here, and I've learned in life sometimes you got to let the bitch have their bottle, and just I don't know, hopefully karma comes bite them in the ass, and they just truly fuck off. I mean, my God, she is a bona fide psycho, and I'd like to thank her mother for doing a fabulous job. But again, some people, they just have to learn, just let it go. Okay? you can't win every fight. Sometimes you got to let them have their little popcorn fart, as the FBI agent said in Sopranos there, which is brilliant, by the way. I use that phrase as much as I can. But again, it's really that simple. So, yeah. I mean, some people are fucked. But some people are, you know, fucked in another way. And it's not really their fault. It's the stuff they've gone through in life. And yeah, it's nothing you can really do. Like this one person here I talked to, she seemed cool, a little shy. You can tell she's a little, a little reserved there, but that's okay. It's okay. I mean, you could tell maybe she's been through some stuff in her life, or whatever. Or she wants to try online dating. That's cool. I get it. She, I was making a joke about her. I don't know, kind of having like a. It sounds stupid, like a mermaid look because of her hair and whatever. And she said your voice is deep under the sea. And I said, I think that's a compliment. And she just said, haha, I just know there are some people out there who actually think they are a mythological creature. Okay. I told her, sorry if you're expecting a Jamaican crab. A lot of mental cases out there too. I told her. And but just in case, I'll settle for a crazy cat lady. Which if you do the online thing, especially from a guy's perspective, yeah, do expect a lot of that. But yeah, but then she starts talking about like how much she makes or how much she has to pay in rent, and and where she's lives, and I really don't like. I'm not really asking her like a lot of these things. She kind of just spurts out, I guess, and that's one piece of advice I can give to people online as well. Like, don't give away a lot. I mean, especially up front. You know what I mean? Your business is your business. I mean, I don't need to know how much you make. I'm a straight guy. I don't really care about that shit. I mean, if you pick up a tab once in a while, that'd be great, especially in this economy. Still recovering after COVID, but a lot of us are. It is what it is. If you live in the East York area, East York, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, East York, one of the 6 boroughs, one of the boroughs Drake never talks about. Not hating, I'm just saying. The Beaches Cinema is closing. I heard that, and I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, this has nothing to do with online dating. I only have 3 listeners, so it really doesn't matter what I say at this point. But the point is, it was a good little theater. It was good for bringing a lot of my online dates there. It will be missed. Although I have not seen a movie since I believe Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. I believe that was like almost 2 years ago. So okay, maybe I can see why now it's going out of business because nobody wants to get their fat asses out of the house. But the point is, I don't know what the point is there, but like try to pick a good place for a first date. That's all. Maybe a movie isn't the best one because then like you can't really talk to the person. So I feel a lot of what she's saying I should be paying attention to at this point, but I guess not. I mean, one thing did catch my eye though. It says she said, dating culture is very hookup culture heavy these days. It's hard to find people that want to stick around and get to know people. I don't like hookups. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I agree. You want to get to know a person. Nothing wrong with that. She seemed to be an old school Nintendo kid, which is cool. I respect that. So, but yeah, it seems like we had a few things in common there, which is nice. Very cool, calm, kind of like the way I'm talking now. Conversation, it's nothing too exciting, as you can tell. And then I told her I'm an Aries, and she said, gross. My mom's ex was an Aries. Okay. So remember before, ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about, when women have to deal with exes and they always bring that poison into the next relationship. Okay. And then she's, I'm like, here we go. Don't worry. I'm just giving you a hard time. And I said, I knew that about an hour ago. I really don't give a fuck about your astrology sign. Well, clearly, if you keep track of your mom's exes, I think that might play a factor later on, but I don't want to get ahead of myself here. So she said, people tend to judge others all the time for their birth sign. People think I'm an emotional wreck because I'm a Pisces. I think the hair is more what kind of gave it away. But again, I'm not judging, all I'm saying is, yeah, if you're one of these people, I do agree with this. If you are one of these people that go by just astrology alone, you're very fucked. I mean, you're very stupid. Just go out with someone, see if you connect with them. If you're a ram, and you're going out with someone who, is from the water, or even know what the fuck that means. I don't. So who cares? Just, see what happens. Just get out of the house. She said at one point her cats are her fur babies. So, yeah. Okay. Crazy cat ladies. I mean, they could, yeah, they're a little crazy. It's okay. I get it. I mean, it's cheaper than a kid, but at least technically you have company, I guess. You have something to do. I don't know. She also said that also seeing grown men in their late 30s and early 40s still living with their parents and have never lived on their own gives me a little hope for humanity. Oh, little hope. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, like, that turns you on, really? Okay, my bad. I would hate to be well past retirement age and having an adult kid still leeching off me. Well, you're going to be in a very big surprise if you have a kid in the next few years. You're, yeah, you're going to be basically screwed. I think for the most part, kids, well, no one can afford anything. I mean, the average house in Toronto is what, like $1 million, right? So, yeah, you're screwed. I mean, yeah, it's, yeah, you might as well just live like the fucking Brady Bunch. And she said, I would be 85 years old if I had a kid now and they lived with me until they were 40. All right. Like most people on here, they don't know their math, so that's good. And then I said as a joke, like they wouldn't make it. She said, you're right. I would tell them to get the F out and, you can't say fuck, and find a roommate if they can't afford to live alone. And, I mean, she also said she's coming off, a disability there, a mental disorder there, whatever. And then at one point she said, people get offended by if, like, you said the N-word these days. Say what? I don't know. All of a sudden I'm talking to Mel Gibson here. That's how I use the word too, but because of the assholes who would say that to people who had actually disabilities, it became really bad to say. I don't know what the hell she's talking about at this point. Yeah, so I'm yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so it pretty much went downhill from there. So, but the point is, I mean, a lot of people, it's a very, it's not like this whole conversation I was talking very slow pace, and that's what it felt like. It felt like, you're kind of floating into space, and it gets boring. It does, like some conversations just drag on too much, and look, in the end, I wish this person all the best. I really do, but I don't know. between the cats and I think she's kind of implying that it's okay to say the N word, which I completely disagree with. So, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh. Oh, God, I'm exhausted. I really am. This online dating thing, it drags out, the cat ladies, and I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that none of the cats are black. If they are, watch your back. Anyways, yeah, I was trying to talk to this one person here, and she finally got back to me here. She's like, yeah, hey, sorry I missed you. I was off the grid with a nasty throat cold thing. About 85% back to normal now. That's a very specific number. Your face is very expressive. Good segue. And then I said, is that a good thing? And she's like, it's sure it. Who wants a boring, dead-looking face? You've got spark. Spunk, maybe? Or even still, I don't know. It's like a... I don't know. It's like a Welcome Back Kotter episode. What a reference. I said, thank you very much. I'm just going to assume at this point it's a compliment. So I'm like, how's this site treating you? Of course she didn't respond because, an online conversation, that should take about 5 seconds, could take about 2 weeks. And she's like, sorry, dude, am taking a break. I'm like, you lost me, bro. And that's it. So again, the electricity, with a lot of these past conversations I've talked about here, it's just phenomenal. But sometimes it's like that. Like, it's not always the most exciting story. Sometimes it's, I guess it'd be very boring, very, very boring online. And it's, you hope it could be like a good romance you see in a movie, but it won't be. It won't be. I mean, you're lucky if the person looks like their picture here. Which, speaking of which, yeah. So I see that, and people, my God. I mean, I don't know. It's just filters are, and well, between filters and AI, I think everything is just ruining the internet. But anyways, so I see the one picture here, and yeah, she looks good, a little too good, you almost think she's in the studio here, and there's like maybe 50 lights on her or something. But I'll play along. Why not? Like, hey, how are you? And of course, nothing. Leave a question mark. A little bait and switch there. And then I'm looking at more of her profile. So the first like 4 pictures are, I mean, they look like the same person, which is always a good sign, of course. Then the next picture is kind of like, okay, hair color's different, face looks different, and she has a parrot on her face. Not a tattoo. I'm just saying like an actual like her face is leaning against the parrot, and I'm like, okay, now all of a sudden I got some competition here. And as I go on with the pictures, I mean, it's, again, she's still with the parrot. I mean, the parrot looks way bigger. So now I'm thinking, okay, like, this looks like a completely different person. Maybe this is like, these pictures are from like 20 years ago. Because, I mean, like, if it is the same parrot, the parrot is clearly aged at least a good 5 to 10 years, easily. I mean, the parrot's head is just as big as hers almost. And, and then by the last picture, the parrot is, 5 times the size of her head, and her head looks completely different. So I'm like, just, what the fuck is going on? And then finally, she responds, and, start talking a little bit there, and, how's the site treating you? And then she said, a lot of fake profiles, LOL. How about you? And at this point, I'm thinking like, oh, the irony. But I mean, like, is she fucking with me? Is she trying to be ironic? And I just, I don't know. I'm just, what the fuck, you know. And then I asked her what she's looking for, and she's looking for a connection, and for my forever person. Again, people have to stop saying that. It's the odds of you finding your forever person online. It's so fucking rare. It's not gonna happen. You got a better chance going on the beach, grabbing a shovel, finding some buried treasure. It's not gonna happen. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe you're new to this. It's not gonna happen. It could, but it probably won't. And then I'm just asking her, other things like what makes you happy. And she says very easier to explain on the phone. But then she answers anyway. I like doing this and this and this, whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then she says she's busy making homemade pasta. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, worst case scenario. Like maybe she may not look like the same person, but she makes homemade pasta, so this could work. I'm just, sometimes in life you just got to think worst case scenario. So, I send her a text. Let's see if her pasta game is up to snuff here. And she's like, it's way easier to talk like this. By the way, any person that can text while they're making homemade pasta, I mean that's just skills by itself. But she's sending me pictures as she's doing it, and it looks pretty legit. Looks all right. I almost feel like I'm watching an infomercial here, and we're going back and forth here, and it just gets to a point at one point where I ask her like, what's going on with these pictures, and she's saying, whatever, it should be whatever the same. And she sends me a recent picture of her, like right there, making it everything on, the counter there. And actually, at one point, I just realized this. She sends me a picture, and my God, she looks nothing like the other pictures. Like nothing. Two completely different people. Like this is like catfish at its finest. Also, now I'm thinking that she's cooking or making the pasta on the counter there, and her cat is in the background on the counter. I don't know if it's the same counter, but I mean, that can't be a sanitary thing. But again, so, between everything from sending fake pictures to possibly, her cat's ass being all over the counter in the pasta, this just, this is just overall disgusting. I mean, it really is. And I'm just like, what's going on? And she's like, I've been on this since the beginning. I'm like, no, you haven't, And then she's like, 1,000%, I am who I stated I am, I am sorry. Well, why do you got to be sorry if you're being honest? You know what I mean? So, and she sends me another picture, and it even looks worse than the next one. But again, she's posing with the parrot, like she's fucking, about to, kidnap Peter Pan or something. And, and what's kind of funny is like even the parrot in the picture almost looks like, hey man, you fucking with my girl or something? I'm like, no, I don't even know who your girl is. And on her face, she has like bruises, and I don't know, maybe the parrot's like beating her up, and it's a whole bestiality thing here. But it's just fuck, man. Like it really, like this is what online dating is, ladies and gentlemen. It's you're competing against people with multiple animals, and I don't know, nobody. I think worst case they're just lonely. I really do. And some level they just will do whatever it takes to lie and change their pictures and all that. And I get that, ladies and gentlemen. I sort of get it in the sense that like you want to present your best self on there with a good picture, but if it's all filtered and like pancaked up, and then you show a real picture later, I mean the person's going to see you. You know what I mean? So like I don't know what the point is. So again, if you can't put up a recent picture, and I've literally talked to people that have put up like 20-year-old pictures easily. Some of them admit it, some of them it's pretty obvious. But yeah, I mean, just be honest, man. Send a normal picture. Put a normal picture on there. Put a recent picture out there, at least from the last 2-3 months. Okay. I get it. Online dating is tough, and as you can tell from my voice and exhaustion, it's a drain on the body, man. But again, you're wasting everyone's time, including yours, if you don't be honest online. I get it. A lot of people want to lie on here. I don't know. Maybe they can, try to get people to join their OnlyFans or whatever desperate needs you have to deal with in life. And airbrushing is a must. And Jesus Christ, just be normal. Be normal. Please put up a normal picture. It should match who you really look like, and that's that. It's that simple. I don't know, between people threatening me with law enforcement and fake faces, it's insane, online dating. We got 10 more episodes till the 100th episode, which at this rate, I'll probably have in no time. But yeah, the key word today is just honesty. It really is. Just be honest with yourself. And I don't know, if you're crazy and you don't look like yourself, don't go online. Okay? Stop threatening people. Stop, there's no reason why you should, you shouldn't have more than, or you should have just one cat and that's it. And look like your picture, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, if your parrot is actually beating you and in charge of the household, I think you have bigger problems than online dating. So, this has been another exciting parrot episode. Of Computer Love, Part 90.
Hey! Hey there, little guy. How you doing?
Fuck off, Four Eyes.
I beg your pardon?
I said, fuck off, Four Eyes.
I ought to kick your ass.
Hey, relax, son. It's just a bird. Hello, birdie. Polly want a cracker?
Polly wants your mama's sweet ass.
What did Polly say to me?
I said, Polly wants your mama's sweet ass.
You don't be talking about my mama, son. You don't know my mama, son.
I know your mama. I fucked her last night.
You want beef? I'll fuck you up.
Ooh, I'm shaking.
Nah, fuck this. I'm handling this shit like gentlemen. Yo, hold my tooth, son.
Hey, come on, bitch. You and that welcome back Connor haircut want a piece of me? Come on, bring it on.
What? You hardcore? Give me some. What?
Come on, bitch.
Nah,